Hi guys, welcome back to Ray to Ray.
Episode 9. Did anybody catch that I messed up on the episode number in last week's video? I
My
said
brother did.
I was like episode 7, and then when I was editing, I was like, wait, this is episode 8. Oh well.
I mean, I
Whatever.
went along with it. I didn't even know either. That was the first thing my brother said to me. He came right into my room and was like, "Do you know?" Or he was like, "I found another thing wrong with your podcast," because he loves to just pick on me. And I'm like, "What?" And he said that, and I was like, "Okay, well, that wasn't even me. I didn't even say that." And he was like, "Well, you agreed to it. You were like, yeah, episode 7." I was like, "Okay, you got me there.
That's
Whatever."
funny. But yeah, so this is episode 9. Ignore
Mhm,
my
mhm,
little ugly
mhm.
nails. But yeah. So what's new with you over there, Ray? Tell us about
Uh,
your skating
what?
story.
Okay, first, wait. My hairdo.
Oh yes, yes.
We mentioned it last week that I was gonna do this hairdo that we were talking about, the bun and the half up, half down curls.
I like it. I think it's very, very cute.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so tell you about the skates you said?
Yes. I don't know if we mentioned on here, but Ray has been trying to get into roller skating. So she got herself a
Yes,
cute little pair of skates. She's been
I
practicing.
did. I have. I was practicing for a week straight and then I got hurt. I fell and I freaking sprained my I don't even know if it's a sprain. I really just think I hit a nerve in my wrist and it shot all the way up to my elbow, and this part of my elbow was just super painful, the worst pain. And I couldn't sleep then. I was crying forever. Of course, my brother was making fun of me. But I was crying. It really hurt so bad. So I'm taking a couple days off. And then I'm gonna get back into it, but it's been rough. And then me and my parents were joking. We are like, I really just need to go out in the street because let me tell you, the day it happened, it was already my 7th day like into it, where I was practicing like every day. Didn't fall bad at all those first couple of days, and then on the 7th day, I'm like more confident because I'm like, okay, I've been doing this for a second now, but I always had my brother and my dad with me, and they would kind of like walk with me because there's a school, remember where
Yeah.
I live? There's like a school parking lot near me that's where I practice. And getting to the school parking lot, because of the sidewalk has, how the sidewalk
Yeah.
has driveways or drive whatever. Those dips really are tough for me, and I'm always like having them hold me and follow me through because I will fall. And so, anyways, that day came and my brother and my dad were like, "Oh, we're gonna run a mile. Just meet us at," because there's a train station near my house, and they do the stairs and stuff. And so they're like, "Meet us there, and you can practice in the parking lot over there." And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds good." And he's like, "You should just meet us there. So go by yourself to the freaking
Train
metro
station.
metro station, and we'll meet you there. You're gonna beat us because you have wheels." Ray, I tried to go by myself down my street. Okay, and this was like at 5 p.m., okay? And, there's, old men in front of their lawn just chilling with a beer, just looking out into nowhere, hanging out. There was like 5 of my neighbors outside their house just chilling. And I'm here huffing and puffing, sweating. I fell like 3 times in front of my neighbors. And my neighbors were like, "Hey, are you okay out there? You can do it, mija. Just keep going." It was the most embarrassing thing, right? And this is when I'm on the sidewalk. I fall on the sidewalk, right? And I'm like, F it, I can't do it on the sidewalk. I'm gonna need to move into the middle of the street because that's where I'll be able to just freaking go. I fell off of the sidewalk and I'm like, you know what? F it, I'm just gonna crawl into the middle of the street, get up there, and continue my way. And I'm literally crawling on all fours to the middle of the street in front of a crowd, in front of an audience, right? And I'm just like, I can't look
Oh my
up. I just need to look down. I don't even know. Yeah. So it was rough. It was rough that day. And then I got hurt and I was like, I need a break from this. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
Oh my god. I didn't know all those details, guys. I just knew she fell. But that's
Mhm.
hilarious.
Mhm.
You'll get there.
Mhm.
You'll
Yeah.
get there. Don't quit. You'll figure it out some way, some shape, some
I'm
form.
not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit though because I am determined. I paid a lot of
I
money
was
for
gonna
those
say,
skates.
skates aren't cheap, so.
So it's gonna become a hobby of mine, whether it likes it or not.
When she
Okay?
first started, she sent me a snap. She had little elbow pads, little knee pads. She was
Best
ready.
believe. And that's why my parents were making fun of me. They're like, even with all of that, you still get hurt. You literally just need to go out there and wrap pillows around you. Because, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh gosh. But
Like in all the movies where the kid has the helmet and the two pillows and they're like pulling him, but they're pulling him on skates.
I'm not even ashamed because I need to take care of my body, okay? Being injured now is like not what it used to be when I was younger, and it's only gonna get worse. And so I'm like, I don't even mind. I don't even care how I look. I need to take care of my body. But anyways, so that's me, the klutz over here. What about you? You have a new hairdo too.
Oh, I do.
Hello, look at everybody. Look at that, okay? Brown hair. This was Ray in high school. This was the Ray that I knew growing up. Actually, I feel like your hair wasn't as brown. It kind of had its moments where it was a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
You had like light, right?
My brother's hair still does this. It changed colors. Like in the summer,
Yeah.
springtime, it was lighter. In the fall and winter, it was dark.
It was darker.
I have a lot of red undertones and blonde undertones in my natural hair. We don't understand it, but me and my brother have the same exact hair. So I don't know. That's what it is. That was just our hair. But yeah, okay. So a couple podcasts ago, it might have been last podcast, I don't know, I was saying that I was keeping the bleached ugly orange because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my hair, and I was like, I don't know what I want, I don't want to put color and then not like the color, blah 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 blah. Freaking Zim was sending me pictures from high school because she was going through her photo albums and deleting like pictures of people she doesn't talk to anymore or whatever, and she was sending me throwbacks. Yeah, I know. And she was sending me throwbacks, and I was like, I miss my hair. I was like, nope, that's it. Like, I want brown hair, like dark brown hair. And so I got off the couch. I went to Target. I gave myself a haircut, and I dyed my hair.
There you go.
But I was so scared because I was like, I don't want it to be like black brown. Like, I want it brown, like red brown, like light brown, or I mean, it's not really light brown, but you know, brown. You tell it's brown, not black. And so when I started mixing the dye, it was freaking dark, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, when I was at the store, I was between deep brown and like deep bronzed brown or something. And Jonathan's like, no, get deep brown. I was like, okay. So when I opened it and it was like almost black, I was like, what? Did I grab the wrong one? Like, I double checked the box because I thought that I grabbed the darker one. And the whole time, like, when I was on my skin, it was like black. And like when it was in my hair, it looked black. And I was like, no, like, this is what I didn't want. Like, oh my god. And I started freaking out, and then like obviously I left it because I was like, I'm not gonna like wash it out early and then be screwed and have like splotches of the blonde still. So I just left it in, and I was like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And then I washed it out and I got this, and I was like, thank you, Jesus, because I actually really like it.
It looks really good. It looks really, really good. I like you. It reminds me of high school you, honestly. And your hair is long too. Like, your hair is long, like how, I mean, longer. It's not the longest it's been, but
my hair in high school, those pictures Zim was sending me, my hair was like up to here, and I was like, oh my god. I don't remember my hair being that long, and all I could think about was, no wonder I had freaking headaches when we had to wear our hair in high ponies for cheer.
Oh, because your hair was hella heavy.
Freaking heavy. Like, no wonder. It makes sense to me now. But because all of high school I had long hair. I didn't cut my hair short until right after graduation, right before I went to Vegas. I cut my hair, like, chopped it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. I got you guys. I have an exciting week. I got my iPad. Shout out to my parents and my brother. I just learned that my brother pitched in for it too. So,
oh, that's so cute.
Collective gift from my parents and my brother.
Yay!
Yes, I love it. It's my best friend. I take it everywhere. But yeah.
It's nice, right? It's nice. So what is your review so far? Give us your review.
So I was like, okay, I have it. What do I do now? Because I'm only taking 2 classes this semester. So I was like, what do I do in my off time on it? Like, I have it. It's expensive. Like, I need to use it. So I'm going to show you guys because I'm proud of myself. I sent this to Ray the other day. But I've been playing with Procreate.
Yes.
You guys have probably seen people like animating their pictures and stuff. This isn't the best, but I'm getting there. I did this.
Show the camera.
There we go.
Yeah, no, you can see it. You can see it.
So yeah, I'm proud of myself. I animated that. Again, it's not the best, but I'm getting there. But yeah.
Show people the original. Show people the original so they know what the heck that is.
They're like, oh, what am I looking at?
They're like, okay, two people, you know.
That, and it came from, if I can find my photos. Oh, I just have like a bunch of selfies of myself on here because I'm trying to do myself. Okay, that's where it originated from.
Yeah, there it is.
So,
I like that picture of you guys.
Was that Disneyland? Well, obviously I have ears on. I would hope
Yeah.
I was at Disneyland and I'm not just wearing
Not just like at the supermarket.
But yeah, so that's been my week, playing with my iPad, dyeing my hair. I cut my hair. That was a scary, you can't tell because I only took like this much off. But
yeah,
it's the scariest thing of my life. But if you guys
I would never
cut your hair at home, Brad Mondo on YouTube, he has like this video of like how to cut your own hair at home. Easiest thing to follow, and it came out pretty freaking good. Like,
yeah, no, it doesn't look bad.
Around, so
yeah, and it's not like you chopped off a big chunk of your hair. You just
honestly, with his method, I would feel comfortable doing it if I wanted short hair. Like all one length, like no bobs or like, you know, any of the cute like layer stuff. Because he does have it, like he goes on into how to give yourself layers. I'm like, I'm not messing with that.
Yeah, that's a bold step.
Just all one length. Oh, I missed a piece. One piece is long. Whatever. All one length. I would do it with his.
Okay.
Only thing is that you have to get like your parts perfect. So I made Jonathan do my parts because I can't part my hair to begin with, let alone to cut it. So that's the only place I had help. But I cut the back of my hair by myself, everything by myself other than the parts. Yeah.
I would never.
And I was like, it's just this much. If I fuck up, like I still have room to like go get it fixed if I need to. But
yeah.
We're good. We're fine.
No, it is good. It is good. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, cool. So let's talk about what today's episode is going to be about. I'm pretty excited for this one.
This one's going to be fun.
Yes, and I'm excited because we got questions from people who hopefully actually listen. I know one person for sure who definitely listens, but
the other person, no, I think all three of, because we got it from 3 people. All 6 came from 3 people. I'm just gonna put it out there. So I mean, we're not gonna front with you guys like we got all these things, but we have 3 good listeners who gave us some requests, and I think
there's just more than. Okay, well, because there was 2 different. Yeah, okay, you're right. We're not gonna do that one. Yeah. Anyways,
the 3 people that submitted these responses, I know for a fact they listen. So
okay.
Some before we were talking responses and stuff. So Ray posted on our Instagram thing to give us ideas that you guys want to talk about. This is a segment, if you guys like, that we're thinking of bringing to the channel, whatever. To the podcast.
There you go, to the podcast.
It's just going to be random topics that you guys choose.
Yes.
So we have our episodes where we pick the topic and we discuss stuff, but this is going to be like interactive for you guys. So that's what we did. And just to make it more interesting, we have them all written down. I have 3 of them, and she has 3 of them, and we're going to take turns picking.
From a hat. Yes, you have your Dodgers hat.
Okay.
Represent Chance the Rapper. Oh shoot, I was trying not to do that. So.
But yeah, so if you guys like this, let us know, and we'll definitely keep doing it because it's gonna be fun. We've had no time to really prepare for this.
No.
We posted it yesterday. We saw the responses this morning, jotted them down real quick, and threw them in there. So,
yes, and so she has 3 different questions, and I have 3 different questions, and we'll go back and forth, pick out of the hat. And we're only gonna do like a couple. We want to keep this short too, and then if we have like a random topics episode 2, then we'll bring some of these back that we didn't do if we get more questions. Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but since this is like perfect time, let me plug our Instagram real quick.
So
that you guys can get your guys' topics talked about, or if you have any ideas, anything you want to hear our take on. And this is a free-for-all, so there's nothing off the table in this segment. So anything you guys want to hear us talk about or have our opinions on, Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram so that you can submit when we ask those things. And yeah, if you're following us there, you'll see that post and you'll be able to submit your response. And we'll talk about it at some point.
At some point.
Yeah, so do you want to get started? Do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I'll go first. So let me figure out which one I'm going to do. Okay. I have... Oh, this is such a good one. Right. Because I feel like it's how social media affects friendships. But I feel like that could be a whole episode, Ray. Unless you want to answer it right now.
Let's just do...
Because
We'll answer it vaguely, and if our followers want a whole episode on it, we'll do it. Because
I love how you think.
You can do it very vaguely, or we can dive deep into this.
Okay, so I asked the question. You answer first then for this one. What do you think?
I personally think it can go both ways. So it can be a very big beneficial thing, and it could be a very fine line to figure out how to, maneuver it. Because personally, I've met a lot of friends through social media. Like, I may not have never met them in person, but they're they're Instagram friends, or I have a lot of Twitter friends where I've never met them, but they're constantly replying to me or whatever. We have discussions about stuff. So I think in that aspect, social media is a place. Be safe about it. Like, don't go meet up with some random person, or if you decide you do want to meet with someone, take someone with you. Be safe about it.
Yes.
I personally don't think I would ever meet any of my social media people in person, just because I am hesitant and scary about that kind of stuff. But it's still cool to, have other friendships. However, when it comes to real friendships in social media, I feel like it's scary. I personally have never had any issues, but I know there's cases where this friend's talking shit about this friend via DMs on social media, or someone posted this kind of comment on this person's thing and it got them in trouble, or you can even take it into relationships, people cheating through social media. So that's going to be my vague answer, is that there's pros and cons.
That is... I agree with that. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think, first of all, social media in general, pros and definitely cons. You know what I mean? So, of course, it's going to be that way in friendships. I think it's cool, like what you were saying. Even, my acquaintances that are, people from high school that I don't talk to anymore. People, from when I was cheering as a little girl who, follow me and we find each other. And, when they comment on my things, when they reach out to me via DM or, reply to my Insta story or whatnot, I feel some type of, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love that you can...
think of me kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, or, they reached out to me. That makes me feel some type of way, and I love that. And so I feel for acquaintances and stuff and then obviously the, the basic, our friendship, lasts through FaceTime, and you can do, DMs and messages and stuff like that. So... love that. But then there's when I thought about the negatives, the first thing I thought of was seeing when your friends are... I feel it puts a lot of pressure to this so-called perfect friendship where they need to be together all the time, and then you see your friends with other friends, or you didn't get invited to something and you were what the heck, and you see them together and it's different or stuff like that. I feel social media has put kind of a damper on just the fact that it's okay that your best friend's gonna have other friends, and then it puts that having to see other people hanging out without you kind of puts that question in your head of oh my gosh, how come I wasn't asked to go over there, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So I think in that aspect,
and I think also
it's people...
go ahead, finish.
I was just gonna say, before social media, people didn't need to see that you were hanging out with. So and then it was it wasn't even a conversation. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? So I think there's that.
So it puts this pressure of I have to post. Oh my god, me and my friends are going to the beach. I have to post that we were at the beach.
You could go to oh, so no, you finish.
And for me, it's weird because even before I had social medias and stuff, because I wasn't allowed really to have social media till junior year of high school when I got my first smartphone. So, but I would still take pictures. I would still record videos, all this stuff. Because I was more I need the memories. I want the memories. I want the memories. And I'm not gonna sit here and sit I don't post stuff when I go do something cool. But I don't necessarily feel the pressure to have to. But I feel some people have this they need to post. They have to post. They have to post. They have to post. And obviously us doing this podcast, me and my channel, like, it's a little different because you have to get
Yeah.
the marketing to your channels and stuff.
Yes,
But like for the average person who's not trying to make something happen, having that pressure to like, I posted last Wednesday, I got to post this Wednesday. Like, I feel like that's just, you know?
Yeah, that's just too much. I mean, unless there's the people that want to do the social media influencer role, that's their life, then do your thing. But
but then
yeah,
like your friends, like, what if you take memory pictures, whatever, with your friends, and they don't want it posted, but you only have that one picture, and you gotta post, you know? So it's one of those things.
I was gonna say I was gonna say like different friends commenting on, or having to always feel like you need to comment on your friends' thing all the time to show them that they're loved and appreciated. And it's like, that's just so much. Like, I mean, I do it once in a while and I love receiving it. I mean, please comment on my things all day long. But I just think, like, I don't want you to feel like I need to comment or like or be all over your social media just to show that I love you and that I got you no matter, you know what I mean? So things like that, it's like, man, I don't, it just puts pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the generic small little answer.
If you guys want us to go really, really dive in deep, give you stats and everything, we are ready. Just let us know, because I got you. Because that's a big thing to me.
That was a good one. So thank you. Love you who sent this. Okay. Your turn.
Mine are like bunching open on each other. I don't want to look.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I got two. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is like my favorite one. Like my favorite.
I'm nervous.
Not like serious one.
Oh, okay.
How to really slide into a girl's DMs.
Okay. Oh, so of course I have to answer this first.
Yeah, just kidding. I wasn't expecting this person to respond, but I'm glad that he did.
He better listen too. I hope he actually listens. No, okay, before like, please don't, I don't encourage this for me. Like, please don't slide into my DMs. I just want to put that out there because I'm gonna like give you advice.
Slide into my DMs, you will face some consequences. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want nobody sliding into my DMs right now, please. No, but I think what I would want, like, I'm saying what I would want, but please don't. I love a guy who's funny. Like, I love a guy who's funny, and if you want to stand out, my advice would be to do something out of the ordinary. Don't be like, hey, how's your day going? That's not memorable. And if a girl doesn't know you on social media, she's not going to respond to that. Like, you know what I mean? So I say, if you want to stand out, say something funny, say something that's out of the ordinary, so it gets them like a creative way, Look at creative ways, literally look it up, research creative ways, because I don't have like examples because nobody's really sliding into my DMs, so I don't know, but that's what I would want. I wouldn't want somebody to be like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, what are you doing today? And it's just like, oh, or even like the common, like, you're so pretty, and it's like, okay, thanks, and then it's done. Like, if you want the conversation to keep going, the first one has to be creative. The first DM slide message needs to be
attention.
Yes, and it's just like you're writing an essay. The first sentence, baby, needs to grab the attention, right?
You're writing an essay.
What? Why are you laughing? You don't think that's true?
That's just so nerdy. You're so nerdy, and I love it.
Whatever. Anyways, what do you think, right?
Like, obviously no one has slid in my DMs in a very, very long time, because I make it very apparent, like,
yes,
I am taken, do not contact me, do not talk to me, like, but
yes. And wait, let's just put it out there too, it's not because we're like mean girls, I personally hate having to be in that situation where I have to I'm sorry, like, I'm just not into this right now, or like, I'm sorry, whatever. I hate being that. I hate.
We can talk about.
I hate being in that situation.
Okay, anyways, we'll talk about that later. I just got an idea.
Okay.
No, personally, like, anytime someone has slid into my DMs, like, nothing stood out to me. Nothing has been memorable. Like, and I tell Jonathan all the time, like, thank God that we will never have to tell our future kids, like, oh, your dad slid into my DMs, or like, we met on Tinder. Like, I just think that's so, like, unoriginal, and that's so, like, millennial and like weird. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, all of us would love the walk into a bar story or meeting a guy out in the wild. Like, we all love those stories. But that's
I
not where
also
life's going right now.
I like the stories where, like, even like recently on Twitter, people will be like, where it started, where it's at now. Have you seen like those?
That's true. That's so true. And those DMs are the attention grabbers. They're the attention grabbers, and they're the ones that.
When we're saying attention grabbers, don't be using those stupid freaking pickup lines like, "Oh, did it hurt?" And then they respond, "What? When you fell from heaven?" No. You know,
be original. That's what I'm saying. Be creative.
Yeah.
And I think another tip is to respond to Insta stories.
Yeah.
I think that's a cute, easy, like you didn't try too hard, but it's like cute. You know what I mean? I think that's cute.
The thing that in like high school is like, I don't know if it was for you too, but like the big thing is like, oh, they liked my picture. I gotta like their picture. Oh, they liked my picture. And then like slowly, gradually, and then sliding into the DMs. Like, you know.
Yeah, where it's like you guys like each other's picture one after the other. Like, oh, what's you? Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, like I don't know, I'm way out of that scene now, but I think it would be weird. Like now, like let's say I wasn't in a relationship, blah blah blah. If somebody just followed me and then automatically tried to like slide into my DMs, that's weird. That's creepy. Don't do that. Like
that's weird. That's creepy.
Okay, I can't believe I'm condoning this, but like even if you gotta like stalk her page a little bit, get to know her through Instagram, see her interests, kind of stuff before you slide in. You know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Whatever.
You want like, okay, say you get your creative, you know, your creative hook, and you're like in there, and she's responding. Now what? If you don't know anything about her, anything that she likes, what are you gonna do? Like get her attention and be like, oh, I just thought you were so pretty. Then you're gonna lose her attention, because if you're sliding into her DMs, how many other people do you think are sliding into her DMs? If you're
that's true too.
If you're solely going off looks, like you don't know this person in real life, and you're solely going off just her Instagram feed, you want to have a little like, you know, but don't be creepy about it and be like, oh, I stalked your page and I see that you like the Raiders, or like, oh, you used to go to so-and-so high school, because chances are, like in our age group, her high school pictures are all the way at the bottom of her freaking page. So don't be weird.
And that's what I'm saying, like Instagram stories are cute because it's like you didn't try so hard, you know what I mean? And then that's how you get into the conversation. Yeah, I think it's funny though that,
also don't try, like, okay, because there's one time that sticks out to my head that someone slid into my DMs, and I don't even know why I responded, but it was just like a typical hey, and I was like, hey, I think I knew the person, or like something, and had a conversation, whatever, and I didn't reply, and that was when everyone was like, do you remember when everyone was like, oh, hey, big head, or like how that was supposed to be like,
sure,
like, I don't know, whatever. And he's like, oh, you're just not gonna respond, big head? And I was like, the fuck? Like, don't try and be like cute mean when you're still trying to like, you know.
That's another thing though. That's another thing is read the room, okay? In other words, if you throw something out there and she doesn't respond, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, don't do that to yourself.
Like now, say like Jonathan would be like, hey, big head. I'd be like, what the fuck? Who are you talking to? Like, I wouldn't take offense to it, but like, I don't know you. Why the hell are you talking to me like that?
Yes, you know? Yes. Still be polite. Still be a gentleman.
Yeah.
My thing is though, like, what?
I was gonna say that once you cross that line where you know, look at my nails. Ew. Once you know, like, where your guys' like relationship dynamics gonna be, and like if you guys can mess around with each other like that and be mean, then by all means, you know. But you don't know that from 4 freaking messages.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Just keep that in mind.
And also, like, you're coming off of, if you never met the girl before, right? You're coming off where she only knows you from what you put out there on social media, right? Like, she doesn't know you. So when you slide in and you keep this conversation going, you really want to show her who you are, you know? You really have to, I say research it. If you really want to know, research good ways to make up conversation, like, you know what I mean? And then you'll get good at it. It's a skill. It's a skill. It's a social skill that we need to learn nowadays, I guess, because social media is really taking over.
And like another thing, like, don't be the basic, how was your day? Be like,
yes.
oh, like, I mean, obviously ask how her day was, because I feel like a lot of girls like that, but don't only just when she
Don't
texts
open with it. Don't open with it.
don't open with. I'm talking like mid, like if you
Okay.
you get your creativity, because I think that's gonna be the way you grab attention. You're creative, you get a response, the conversation's going, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
how was your day? Oh, it was good. Don't respond like, oh, that's good. Be like, oh, why was it good? How could it be better? What do you plan to do tomorrow? Like, you know, just keep the conversation going. Don't be the basic, okay, yeah, oh, that's nice. Oh, really? Like, no. Keep it going. Be creative the whole time. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but you're going off DMs right now, and you don't know each other. And once you guys get it flowing, it'll be natural conversations.
Yeah, but don't force it either. Make sure it's natural. Don't force it either. Make sure it's natural and fun.
That's where a lot of people mess up about DMs, is that they're not, like, they don't stay. I don't want to say consistent, because if she don't respond, don't be messaging her, because it's not going to change her mind. She's just going to hate you even more and not want to talk to you even more. But, you know, you have to just keep the conversation going. And then, like I said, it's going to be a little bit of work in the beginning, because there's nothing for you guys to talk about in the really beginning. But once you guys get to know each other, it'll come natural. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Be creative. If you want to slide in, be creative. Get to know her a little bit through her posts.
You need to stand out. You need to stand out. Yep. Yeah, don't be a creep. Don't be a creep.
And it goes for girls going into guys' DMs too. It's the same rules for girls going into guys' DMs. I'm all for that. I am all for girls.
I love that. I love that. I feel like I'm like, I'm listening to a podcast. I hate that. I'm so sorry I do that. But I was. And she was talking about, like, it's so interesting how us as girls, we allow other guys to choose for us who, do you know what I mean? Like, we kind of just, like, wait around and just wait for the guy to pursue us. And it's like, that's a relationship that's like gonna be 80% of our happiness, right? That spouse or whatever, that individual. And we don't have any say in it. Like, we don't pursue what we think is attractive. We wait around to see who thinks we're attractive enough. Like, what? And I'm just like, whoa. You know, right? Like, it's like, that's so true. How come girls don't put it upon themselves to be like, I'm going to take control over what I want? Like, I'm going to pursue what I want. I'm not going to wait around to see.
My thing is, like, I've never had that, like, mentality. I've always kind of, I mean, granted, until Jonathan, I was never like, oh, I'm going to make the first move. But I was, like, the first one to be, like, kind of, like, drop little hints, like, hey, come over here. Like, hello.
And that's an important part of, like, the first move doesn't have to be sliding into the DMs first. No, the first move is like that hint of, like, okay, like, let's play this game. You know what I mean? Like, you making those eye contact and you making, like, those little, you know, that's a move. That's making a move. Yeah. Liking all the pictures. That's me saying, okay, I'm interested. What you gonna do about it now?
Prior to, like, Jonathan, because obviously I made all the first moves with Jonathan. But, like, prior to that, like, I don't think, it wasn't that it never, like, crossed my mind or I thought I couldn't do it. It was just, I wanted them to come talk to me first. But I know I was dropping all the hints, like, no, come here, like, get over here. Like, you know what I mean? I was waiting for them to, like, show interest in me and then drop those hints. If I showed interest, if I knew I was interested in them, I did what I had to do to get them to know. So, yeah, same things. But same DM rules, girls. Don't be a creep. Don't just be like, hey, and think just because you're a girl and you're pretty, you're going to have, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Be cute. Be creative. Keep it cute. Keep it classy.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. My turn. Okay. I did take one out. Okay. How do relationships affect friendships? This is good. I'm glad that you are having to answer this first.
Why? Okay.
Because you know.
I guess. Okay. So again, it can go both ways depending how you maneuver it. I think a lot of times, I think the typical, like, what people are looking for an answer is that when a certain friend gets into a relationship, that all their time and energy goes into this relationship, and they forget about their friends. And I feel like you see that happen a lot. And I think we kind of touched on it at some point. I remember talking about it.
I think so.
Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you forget all your other relationships, even if they're not spousal or romantic, whatever you want to call it. Because at the end of the day, when something happens with this person you're in a like romantic relationship with and you need someone to vent to, who are you going to vent to? Like, you can't keep that kind of stuff bottled up. Or, you know, if you need, like, let's say girl sense, like girl friendships, you need a girl's day.
Yes.
What are you going to do if you've abandoned all your friends? You know? And it's a fine line. Again, everything's a fine line in life. But, like, you have to balance, you know, time. And you have to, it's just like anything else. You got to set priorities. You got to realize, like, okay, no, my friends need me too. I'm with this person all the time. It's time, I need to go spend time with them without him. Or, you know, and it's just all about balance and figuring it out. And then a lot of times, like, in our situation, all the boyfriends get along. So they go hang out when we hang out. And it's, like, the best thing ever. But let's say, like, let's use me and Jonathan as an example. If when Jonathan came into the picture, if I wouldn't have been bringing him around in friend groups, or like always saying like, oh no, I'm not gonna hang out with them because I'm gonna go out with him, or like so and so. I mean, obviously, you know, go spend time alone, bring them into the group. He wouldn't have those friendships with all of their boyfriends or whoever they're talking to at the time. And now we can all hang out together, and the girls can go do whatever they want, and they can go do whatever they want because they all get along because we were all really good about keeping that balance.
Yeah, so, I love that's how it did work out for all of us. Yeah. But what about the people that don't have a significant other, and then their friend just like goes off and gets with a significant other, and then you know, that's what's hard.
Yeah, and like my thing with that, and I think Jonathan and I, like, I don't want to toot our own horn, but I think we're very good about when there's a group of 3 of us, like it's me, Jonathan, and somebody else. Me and Jonathan are our best friend. We're friends. We're not in a relationship at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
So it's not a third wheel type of situation. We're a group of friends hanging out. And
I love that you said that.
It's just a matter of time and place. And like, I mean, obviously me and him both are like, ew, PDA, like that's weird. Like that's just not our relationship. But even if you have that type of relationship, you guys can put that on hold for the 2 hours that you're with your friend that doesn't have a significant other, if it's just you guys together. Even if it's a big group of you guys don't need to be all up on each other all the time.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Everyone inclusive. There's no couples at this point. You guys are a group of friends hanging out. And I think like Ray, Zim, Miguel, Lene, so all our group, Zags, John, we're very good about that. Like even when people are coupled off, whatever, it's like we're a big group of friends. We kind of forget whose boyfriend is whose boyfriend. There's so many jokes about Zach taking all of our guys because, you know. Oh, yeah. So it's just.
Because he can. That's why.
Exactly. Zach, I can take a man if I want to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just about, you know, erasing those lines. Like, you guys don't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend when you guys are all together. You guys are one big group of friends, and I think that's what people need to remember.
Yes, I like that. That's a good rule to remember. All you couples out there, keep that in mind. You know, like when you're with your friends, just be friends. I think when it comes to like the friends that don't have a significant other and then they feel like they're losing their friend, I think it's all about like talking to your friend that's in a relationship and telling them that, you know, and hey, if they feel, but then you have to be ready too, where if they feel like their relationship is more important to them, you have to be ready for that because that's a tough truth. Like it's hard for some people to balance that, and it's a learning curve. People need to learn how to do that. Some people just aren't ready. Some people just don't, you know, aren't ready yet. And you as a friend, you have to be like, okay, well, then I'm gonna let you have this time with your relationship, but I'm gonna go look for friendships that are gonna nourish me. You know, don't let that stop you. And also, don't have like an evil heart or a pity heart towards that person. You know what I mean? Like, you have to understand, hey. And when you go through your experience, you're gonna feel that when you want somebody so much, and that's who you want to hang out with all the time, and what you want to do everything with. Just have a compassionate heart, because one day you might be in that situation too. You know what I mean? And not know how to navigate. And so when that friend does have to come back, you know, because something happened with their significant other, they're a little heartbroken or whatnot. Don't put the I told you so all of a sudden you want to come back. Be the bigger person, and time and place when that friend is better and all, you know. like I was saying, then come back with that, hey, something happened, I want to talk about it, I felt like this type of way, right? So that's my answer. I think we did that justice.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
your turn.
My turn? Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a fun little break of a question. Where do you want to travel to? And then I added to it, why?
Ooh. Oh, okay. So that's just a fun fact because I just got my passport today. I just turned in my passport application this morning. That's what I was like running around doing this morning. Because I want to go to Cabo San Lucas. Anyways, haven't traveled anywhere, me personally. I have not, except for, I mean, I've traveled in the States, obviously, so I never really had to have my passport.
Right.
But I've never traveled out, and so I really am excited to start traveling. I think where I want to travel to, I mean, obviously all over the world. Hello, as many places as I can go, I want to go. I really don't care. I honestly don't even really have a preference where, because I think anywhere is going to be a learning experience. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I don't know, anywhere. Where I want to live though, and one day settle down, New York City, baby. Oh my gosh. I want to be a New Yorker so bad.
She wants to be
so bad. Blair Wall, yes. And hello, Carrie Bradshaw, first of all. That is my idol. Are you kidding me? I want to be her. Anyways.
Why? You didn't answer the why.
Why? Why do I want to travel everywhere, or why do I want to?
Why do you want to live? Since you want to travel everywhere, it didn't give an answer. Why do you want to settle down in New York?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a different vibe. I feel like, and it is too because like what I listen to a lot of podcasters who live in New York City, and they talk about just like what it's like out there and the lifestyle and the just like the independence and the freedom, the different types of people you meet. Like it's just so diverse, so fast paced. Like I don't know, I just love it, even though it's so expensive and everybody tells me you're so dumb for wanting to live there. I know, I get it, okay?
It's just funny,
but
I would never. When I went to New York, I hated it.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, granted, I was in Manhattan, so I was in the city, so I didn't get to see, you know, all the other nice parts of New York. But all the traffic, the people, just not my lifestyle. If I had the choice, which obviously I do, I would live on a fucking farm and then right on the outskirts of a town, so I didn't have to live like off the grid because I don't want to live off the grid. But I would have all this land, have all these animals. So that's why like New York is just totally not my vibe.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know.
I'm a weirdo. I don't know.
Like condos, apartment living. Nope. I want a big mansion style house. Like homey, you know, like that's just.
And I want that too. In my like 50s and 60s, you know what I mean? But in my 30s, I want a doorman. I want an elevator. I want, oh man.
Yeah, just different. Yeah, no, that's not.
I know.
That's totally Ray though. Like I can vouch that is Ray's style. She wants that. Okay, this is off topic, but we're here, so I'm gonna talk about it really quick. We both want these bougie lifestyles, right? But Ray wants like Upper East Side bougie, and I want like I have a nice house, I have nice cars, and I have a couple little designer things here and there. But I want like the multi-million-dollar house on a farm where I have real estate. Yeah. So and Ray was like I want not so much designer, but like I want like all the bling, and I want the like lifestyle. If I get to walk,
I want the lifestyle. I want the lifestyle.
I have to go ask my doorman to push the button for me. Kind of like the catered to kind of, but not catered to. Maybe she's not independent. It's weird. It's like weird line. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta know me to understand. Yeah. But that's my thing. But travel. Okay, so where would you want to travel to, Miss Thing?
So my number one spot, like if I could only travel to one place for my whole life, it would be Spain. Spain has just been like my dream place to go. If you don't, Spain / like nice parts of Mexico. Like
Okay.
Spanish speaking countries are like where I want to go. If there wasn't all the issues in Brazil, even though they're not Spanish speaking, they speak Portuguese. But like Brazil, like Hispanic countries, like I want to go. If you don't know me, I'm very into my Latina side. Like I love that whole culture. I'm Mexican. I'm not like Spaniard or Portuguese or Brazilian, but I just feel like there's a lot of places in Mexico that are scary, and like while I know the history and like I would love to see it, it's not safe to go, and I don't want to put myself in those places. But just that whole culture, like I would want to go to like the Mayan ruins. I would want to go to the Aztec ruins. So like for me traveling, I mean, granted, I'd still want to go to like Bora Bora, the Bahamas, like those kind of stuff. But I like traveling more for like the history aspect of stuff, especially in like those countries, like Spain, Mexico, that kind of stuff. I like the history aspects of it. And I would want to go to like Bora Bora just to like.
Oh yeah, come on now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Before I didn't really want to go to Europe other than because I know Spain's in Europe, but like other than Spain, I had no interest in like France or like I don't know why.
Oh, I want to see
because all the like girly like because I'm very not girly like.
Yes, she's very anti any type of.
Which is weird because like I love pink, I love glitter, but like that like.
No, the stereotypical girly, you're so anti that.
Yeah, like, you know how every little girl wanted, like, a Paris-themed bedroom when they were growing? Never wanted that. Like, was never into the Eiffel Tower. I could, like, die without seeing the Eiffel Tower and be content, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, me too, but I want to see it.
But I would go, like, Italy. After seeing Linnea's stuff, I would love to go to Italy.
Yes.
Like Rome, Venice, that kind of stuff. I would love to. I think I could deal without France.
Okay.
I want to go to Greece now.
Oh, me too. I love the architecture there.
Exactly. For like the reasons I want to travel.
I love architecture. Yes.
It's like so different from like a typical person who's gonna be 23 years old. Like I want to travel for like freaking history in Mexico and the architecture in Greece. Like you know what I mean?
Yes.
But,
I mean, it's a thing, though. Architecture, like, I love looking at different types of buildings and why they were built this way, and that's true.
Yeah, and
love
like,
that.
For me, like, vacationing is to experience new things or traveling to experience new things. That's why, like, when we go places and they're like, oh, let's just relax and stay in the hotel room, I'm like, no! Like, let's go experience things that we can't experience at home.
Yes,
like, let's go do something, even if it's just walking in the little, like, I don't know, like their version of downtown LA or like the fashion district. Like, let's go walk their version of this.
Yeah,
why not? But yeah, I think Spain, Greece are like my top two places.
Now, would you want to?
Really want to go.
Oh, would you want to travel with a group, or would you want to travel just you and your honey?
I think it depends where I'm going. Like, if I were to go somewhere in like Spain, like Spain, I think I would, or no, like if I were to go to Mayan ruins, I would take my mom because my mom's really into that kind of stuff. If it's like Italy or something, I would take like you with me because I know you want to go there. So if I'm going somewhere that I know someone else has a deep interest of going and wants to like, or willingly do the things that I want to do in that place, then I would like more than welcome be like, let's go. But if I'm going to like, I don't know, like let's say I'm going to Georgia. I know that's like in the state, but like I really want to go to Georgia. I'm not going to take you because I know you're not going to be into like all the country music and all the country history there, you know? So.
And I love you for that, Ray. I love you for that.
That's where I stand with that. If I'm going somewhere where I know someone else will thoroughly enjoy it, I kind of not be jealous, but kind of be like, oh, I wish I could have gone, then I would obviously bring them. But if it's something that I'm not going to be interested in, I'm not going to. You know, put in a situation where, like, do you want to come? And then they have to nicely tell me, like, no, thank you, you know?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Whose turn is it now? Or should we still, okay, how long is this recording? Girlfriend.
We're only at 50 minutes.
Oh, let's do one more then.
Yeah. Well, I have one.
Did I pick the last?
I picked the last one. We could do the last two. I have one more, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, do I pick next then?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my last one. Okay, yeah. fave fall/Halloween things to do during this season.
Fun fact, I've never been to a pumpkin patch. Unless like my parents took me when I was like a baby. I've never been to a pumpkin patch. And
That's so weird.
I wanted to go this year, but like obviously, you know.
Of course you
I
did.
could honestly probably go out here, to be honest, because everything's freaking open.
Oh, you might. That's funny. Vincent like said that the other day. He was like, "What are pumpkin patches? Like, what is that?" And I'm like, and he's like, "No," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's weird." Yeah. So what is it?
I love Halloween. Halloween is like my ish, but I don't like scary Halloween, like Michael Myers, like that kind of stuff. I like the cutesy little bats and like the little skeleton. I love Halloween because I love the fact that skeletons come out. Like I love skeletons. Hello.
You do.
Like I think that's partly because of my uncle, because my uncle is very like rockabilly, not rockabilly, but like very punk, like social distortion kind of stuff. So he's always gotten me like, ever since I can remember, he's gotten me shirts that have like a pink skeleton with like a little crown on top. So like girly like little skeletons. So
yeah.
And then my freaking major is freaking all anatomy, and I'm staring at skeletons all day. But yeah, so I like love skeletons. And then like once Halloween fall rolls around, that starts coming out, and then Dia de los Muertos is in the beginning of November, which again,
yes.
Hello, proud Latina. I love all the colors and everything. So I think the aesthetic, I love oranges and greens. So like just everything about fall, I freaking love. I just love fall. And then the end of November hits. After Thanksgiving, I'm like, ugh, it's Christmas time. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Christmas and I love decorating for Christmas. But people blow it so like out of proportion that it gets a little annoying. And I can take out all the pumpkin spice everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the pumpkin cream cold brew and at Starbucks, and I love pumpkins every now and then. But like everything that you eat in freaking from October to like right before December does not need to be fucking pumpkin, guys. Like,
yep.
I went to go get, or I'm scared with it because I get pumpkin for Ballast when he has like stomach aches. I'm not gonna be able to find pumpkin right now. Like, I can tell you that right now. So Lord forbid that Ballast gets a stomach ache and I have to get him pumpkin because he's not gonna be able to get it.
No, that's fun.
But like, yeah. So skeletons and warm weather or cold weather, oranges and greens.
Okay, but what are things that you do? Like, what are things that you do?
Like my birthday's in the fall. So.
Oh yeah, ding ding
ding. But yeah, things that I do. I think my like favorite like fall thingy. So I think my fall starts like after my birthday until Thanksgiving. Like that's my like go time because my birthday is the 15th of October. So it's like prep time. I love carving pumpkins. I love coloring little Dia de los Muertos little skulls.
What do you usually do for Halloween? Like, what would you usually do? Like, growing up and stuff.
Growing up, so obviously, elementary school, we had the day at school where we had to dress up. So our school was annoying, and 4th grade on, you had to dress up as something from a book. But they did that because kids get crazy. Kids get scary on Halloween, and for the other kids, like...
I guess. I don't know why, but they had to... I remember being Anne Frank one year, and that was the worst Halloween costume of my life. Anne Frank. I mean, rest in peace, all respect, but oh my gosh, it was the worst. And it was because I had to read a stupid book that was like, these certain perks you have to read, and then you have to like be that for Halloween. I was like, what the heck?
I'm okay with what I had to do because my family's very into Halloween for the most part, so we go all out for costumes. And I remember 4th grade, I was Joe from Little Woman. So my grandma made me this pretty like pilgrim-ish little house on the prairie type dress. It was beautiful. 5th grade, I was Nancy Drew. My mom went and got me a wig, went to the thrift store and got me this cute little like 80 or she the 60s like dress, like knee-high socks. Like it was super cute. And then 6th grade, I was Alice in Wonderland. And again, my grandma made me like this prettiest like Alice in Wonderland dress. And then after that, we started getting like store-bought costumes. But like still going, my mom would spend like get every little, because you know when you go to Party City and like the costume, like they have them all decked out and it comes with like the dress, and that's it. And then you have to buy all the other accessories.
The accessories.
My mom would buy all the extra accessories for us.
Yeah, see, my family was not into Halloween like that. Well, me personally, Halloween is not my holiday. So I'm just like...
It's my thing. I love it.
Love fall. I love fall. Not really a Halloween gal.
Halloween's my thing. I mean, as I got older, like, I don't go trick-or-treating anymore, but I like doing, like, even if I don't put a full costume on, I like doing, like, at least, like, orange eyeliner or, like...
Yeah, that's cute.
Little tips here and there. I can't wait to go to Dollar Tree and decorate the shit out of this. I'm seeing, like, all these cute TikToks.
That's
DIY
cute,
TikToks.
yeah.
And then, like, I love now that people are doing, like, the white and gold pumpkins, or, like, the white and gold, like, Halloween.
Yeah, that's cute.
Like, I freaking love that.
That's more of a fall look, though, not like a Halloween look.
True.
That's what I'm like. I am more of a fall gal. Like, all the fall colors look great on me. I love dressing for fall. Pumpkin spice. I mean, I'm not really into that either, but love the pumpkin cream cold brew at Starbucks. That will change your life. That will change your life.
Ray got me on.
Change your life. So yeah, Halloween.
I found a recipe on TikTok to make it here at home, and if it's delicious, I'll send you the recipe so you can try it.
Thank you. Yes.
I need is a little, like, to foam the
that
foam.
would be dope.
But yeah, so yeah, Halloween. But I think Dia de los Muertos is more my thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can love it. I don't do, like, we don't do the whole, like, altar thing because we don't really have anyone. Fortunately, like, thank you God, like, nobody, like, in our, at least that I've been close to, passed away. So we don't do the whole altar thing because I've never met any of, like, my relatives except for one aunt, but she lived in San Francisco, so I never really, like, got close to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really had anyone in my family pass away to do, like, the whole altar. But I think once I have, like, my own family and everything, I really want to, like, start that tradition because I think that's such a beautiful tradition, like, the whole altar honoring, like, your ancestors and everything. So yeah, Dia de los Muertos, the Starbucks drink, and Halloween are, like, my fall-ish. And Thanksgiving, because I just love to fucking eat. And my grandma makes,
we love Thanksgiving.
My grandma
love
makes the best Thanksgiving dinners, so.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do it.
Last one. Ooh, this is a good one to end
Which one is it?
Friendships and keeping secrets.
Oh, okay. Where do you want to go with this? I don't even know.
It's yours. You take it where you want to take
it. Damn. Okay. I believe. No, for me, it's like I will. Okay, no. Let's not get it twisted. I will definitely keep a secret. But I think, like, okay, when I was with Edgar, it was hard for me to not tell him things because he was like, right? And especially, like, I wouldn't tell him the thing that with me, like, I would try to not tell him things that, like, if he didn't hang out with those friends, I would try not to, because, like, he doesn't know them, though, and he's not their friend. And that's the thing that, like, is if he wasn't really their friend, that's just our thing. I wouldn't. Yeah. But when he knew when he had friends that were my friends, and then I heard a secret, I mean, I had to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at keeping secrets at all. I think I'm good, like, I think I'm not going to go around blabbering your ish to everybody. I'm not going to do that.
My take, while I don't do it all the time, like with you especially, like if we're on the phone and you say something or you tell me a secret and Jonathan's right there, I would, Can I tell Jonathan? Like, I ask.
Yeah. Yes, that's important. That's important.
And I think a lot of times, like, if we're talking, like, a lot of times if we're talking, like, secrets to your friend secrets, and you telling them to your significant other, I feel like a lot of times they're under the impression that you're going to tell them.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, like, if I were to tell, like, when you were with Edgar, like, if I were to tell you something, I would expect you to tell Edgar. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like,
but that's because that's because you know him, right? Yeah, but, like, my friends that didn't know him, I was like, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I think it also depends, too, on the level of the secret, okay?
Oh, for sure.
Right? Because if it's on a deep level where I know, like, it is something so, you don't want nobody to you know what I mean?
Well,
If it, and you can tell that kind of secret is different because it's like your friend's over here like crying, confessing something, or you know what I mean? You do not tell a soul. You take that to the grave. You know what I mean?
I've been in that situation and it's hard. Like I did it, but it is freaking hard. Like,
why? Why was it hard?
Because okay, so like the secret. I'm not gonna put it out there because nobody's supposed to know that I knew this. It's okay. It's out now, so people know now, but they're not supposed to know that I knew. When I got told this secret, I had to keep it, and I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't even tell my mom because my mom would go and tell people, and it would get back, and I was the only person other than 2 other people that knew, and it was just so hard because it was like it was a good secret, like it wasn't a bad secret. But it was so hard to keep because I was excited like that. I knew
that's true.
And like
that's different though, because that's like good secret. That's like good news.
Yeah, but it was still like, and it was months that I had to keep this secret.
Damn.
So,
okay.
And I didn't tell anybody. And then even when the secret came out, I couldn't tell anybody. Like I had to pretend.
Why?
I had to pretend that
like you were like, oh my god,
I'm just finding it out. And like I'm truly like honored that I had this. I don't even care that it's story right now because I'm on a roll. I'm honored that I was the one that knew this secret, but it was still like, like you know, because it was so exciting. But I mean, So I think it's just okay. Now I can fix this. It's just it depends on the secret, who the secret is, and like I don't want to sit there and be like, say this friend told you the secret. Like, not my situation, just a secret in general, and you went and told someone, that doesn't make you a bad friend. Like, it's just... I think
it depends on the secret, because I could think of different secrets where it's like, if I were to tell anybody that, I would be, like, pissed, if you know what I mean? Yeah. But then there's other things that's, like... Of course, there's secrets that if it involves your health, if it involves, like, if I'm a little worried about you and we need to do a little intervention or something like that, intervention. But I don't know. I think there are some secrets, and you can tell which, I'm telling you, you can tell which secrets they are, where it's like, you can't tell nobody, and that's just it. And there's no problem with holding that secret, because you care enough about your friend to be like, I got you. No matter what, I got you. You know what I mean?
Like, with that whole secret situation that I went to where I had this urge, like, I had to tell somebody, I wrote it in a journal. Like, because it was like me getting it out there, but, like, not telling anybody, but it felt like I was telling somebody because I got it out.
Yes.
So if you're ever in that situation where you're like, oh, like, I got to tell somebody, but it's not a secret that, like, say, that person's parent needs to know it's for their own health, or like that someone has to know about.
Yes.
And you feel like, you know, you should hold on to it. Just write it in a journal. Put the journal somewhere no one's gonna find it. Just to get it out, and you're not.
And if you're
trust.
And if you're the friend that is trusting your friend with a deep, dark secret that you don't want to get out, you better let them know, hey, this is like for reals. Like, but bring out the tears. Bring out the, you know what I mean? Because if that friend tells, and I was crying on your lap, girl, that's a problem. You have a problem. So I think that's the thing.
Definitely. So I think and even if like you don't know, ask your friend straight up, like, who's okay to know this, or who are you planning on telling this to? Like,
right?
Because, like, anything I tell, right, like, secret-wise, 90% of the time I'm going to tell Zim. Like, you know? So if, like, Ray and Zim, like, if Ray were to tell something to Zim, I wouldn't be mad. Chances are I'm going to tell Zim, too.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, and also just knowing that, and Ray knows that, so, and a lot of times Ray will be like, hey, did you talk to Zim about so-and-so, or this and that yet?
Yeah, like, did you tell her yet?
Yeah. So, it's just, you know, you'll know, but, like she said, if it's, like, a deep, dark secret, and they're crying, and it's not gonna hurt that person for nobody to know, you better take that to the grave, or talk about it amongst each other.
Because it's none of your business. It's and some of those secrets are really like where it'll affect their lives. You know, if it doesn't have anything to do with you, so you have no right.
But also,
you have no right.
Don't take this as like, say this person saying, you have a friend that's like, oh, I'm depressed. Like, I thought of like, you know, I don't want to get super serious, but like, just like, I've been depressed. I've been having really bad thoughts. don't take those secrets to the grave, please.
No, because
you might think you're being a bad friend by telling those secrets, but in the long run, you're being a better friend because you're going to be getting them help. So even if you just tell their parents, or even if you just tell a teacher at school or a counselor, you know, just whoever you think is going to be able to get that person help. And sure, that person might be mad at you in the beginning, or, you know, not feel like you're a good friend at the end of the day when everything comes back and they're feeling better and, you know, a better mindset, they're going to thank you. So.
And even if they don't come back around, you know you did the right thing. Yeah. Imagine if something were to happen. You have to put yourself in the situation of, yes, how guilty you would feel if something were to happen. So even if they do walk away from that friendship, you walked away knowing you did the right thing, and point blank period.
God,
so
thank you. I've never had to deal with that, but I know it's out there, and that's where I would be if I ever had to face that situation.
Me too.
So don't.
I'm telling. So
if you say something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end because that was our last question.
So please send us more because I love this episode.
This is so fun.
I love it. I could talk about this for hours.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's like things that like I don't think I would have ever thought about secrets and friendships, even though that's such a big
yes.
Or even like I wouldn't put my perspective out there of a guy sliding into my DMs or into a girl's DMs.
Exactly. And I hope that's helpful advice. Like, I hope we are able to get you.
I don't know if he was asking for a friend, but if not,
either way, any guy because we don't know who's watching this, any guy out there, we hope we gave you some solid advice to go out there.
That would be a fun segment. So if any of our guy followers want relationship advice kind of stuff, I would love to talk about that. So please
and we could bring on our different friends and ask them questions and get there, because every girl is different, obviously. You know, some girls want the boring.
Look at me. We're totally different in that aspect.
Yeah, right. Like, it's different. So, anyways, loved it. It was so much fun.
Like always. Next week is gonna be such an exciting episode. Next week?
Let me check.
Hold on, before I excite
This is definitely going up this week, so in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a good episode.
Oh, 2 weeks is a good episode. Okay, so 2 weeks, guys. So mark your calendars. I'm super excited for that episode, but don't skip next week's episode because I'm sure it's gonna be great too.
Yes.
2 weeks from now is gonna be like, too bad it's not next week. So it's gonna be like, it's gonna be our 10th episode, and it's like,
but 11 is a lucky number.
Okay, well, either way, we have lots of content coming, and you guys know where to follow us. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram because that's how we interact with you guys the most. Both of us are pretty consistent on our podcast Instagram, so we post at least 2-3 times a week. Especially this past week, we were on there a lot.
Well, hello, it was podcast day. It was National Podcast Day. I was like, we gotta do something.
Did you guys see that podcast I got? Never heard of it, and it was a little scary.
Same. I'm glad mine was like a cute purple one. I was like, I'll get it. I don't look bad in this shot. Let's just send it in.
Mine was scary. But anyways, guys, all of our links are down below. Both podcast links to all our different medias, as well as personal. Make sure you guys subscribe before you go. Follow us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and follow us on our Instagram. But that's all for today, guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
Love ya.